WDSU first warning weather, and temperatures already down close to the 60s in some spots. I'm looking at you, Belle Chase. You're already at 70. North Shore, we've been starting off in the 60s the last few days, and we've actually had a break in the humidity, even though it's been running pretty hot. Hit a 92-degree high today. Typical high is about 89, so we're running several degrees above. Dew points even right now below 70. We will take that every single time. So what's driving the pattern here? And you're going to say I'm sounding like a broken record here over and over and over. Going to make a really old reference on that, by the way. But the block of heat and high pressure that is just west of us, and it's going to be here for a while, relatively dry air, the heat that's here. Now, wrapping around that high pressure, many times we can have just enough humidity in the heat that we could spark an isolated shower. And that's going to show up in the high-res forecast, but you can see the chance I've got is minimal, even by Sunday down closer to zero. Here you see from northeast to southwest an isolated shower. It would be brief, it would be very small in size and coverage too. High temperatures from 88 to Boothville, but 91 Grand Isle, 93 here. Bogalusa, I can see you up to as hot as 94. And the dew points still well below 70 degrees, so we're feeling fine. It's going to be the air quality alert, kicks in at 7, goes till midnight, and it's mainly the greater New Orleans area in the I-12 corridor, Mandeville, Covington to Slidell, and the Baton Rouge area, not really finding that lower Plaquemines would be included. What's really great is we can go into our other system and we can see that we've got this air quality forecast for you. And when we've got 5 different levels to talk about, green would be good, yellow gets into a little bit not great, moderate, and then orange is unhealthy for those most sensitive. That's what we're under. So we start to see some patches of orange, red, that would be bad air quality, starting to show up tomorrow. What about Saturday? Saturday's forecast back to just moderate, not really that bad, showing maybe some worse air quality a little bit offshore. And then we can go into Sunday as well. The latest updates here showing maybe not so bad. We'll be on the borderline the next few days of if we have more air quality alerts. So we're definitely going to make this a WDSU first warning weather impact day with that being said. So if you're one of those that's got breathing issues, trying to limit that time and not doing a lot of strenuous running activities and things like that, there's that next isolated shower and a chance on Saturday, 10%. Temperatures here from 89, 91 to 93. Could see Bogalusa at 94 yet again. And the forecast dew points still staying below 70. So this means LSU welcoming in Florida that chance of the shower, but it's a hot day going into a warm evening, so warm for the players on the field. They're really going to need to stay hydrated. High temperatures Sunday, still running hot, 89, 90, 91, 93. Dew points, though, still fairly comfy. So when we get those temperatures to where they are, it's not so awfully bad. This means Saint Sunday coming home out of the game, 3, 4 o'clock, temperatures be up to 92, could be up to 93. So there's the extension of the forecast. When I say this is just going to be a repeat forecast over and over and over again, that block of heat is not budging. Now, we've also not had a lot of rain. It was kind of a rainy summer. At one point, we were 5, 6 inches above average. Now, we're about average for the season month. We haven't really had anything. So we're watching the drought monitor closely. It came out today. It's running a little dry. We're at a level 1 out of 5 different categories. Quick check of the tropics here. We'll take you out to the tropical wave that I'm tracking. Came out of Africa here today, and it's interacting with drier air. Drier air and wind shear has been playing a part to keep the activity down up through now. It's a little bit unusual. 30% chance of development over the next 3 to 7 days. It's had a nice air in some of the imagery there. Not seeing anything that's really going to be problematic for us. It stays way out to sea. The other thing I'm watching is, though, a system that could come in at the end of next week. This is the forecast here out of the U.S., Caribbean into the Gulf, but right now that's showing signs it would fall apart too. 7-day forecast impact day for the air quality alert tomorrow. It's the heat that's in place, not much rain coming anytime soon.